So good morning, everyone. Welcome to the official launch of Trans Dinarica Route Cycle mobile application. This event is a milestone in promoting sustainable tourism across the Western Balkans. So I'm Donique, and together with Bane, we'll be moderating the event for today.
Good morning from my side. I'm happy that I'm welcoming you this morning. The program is divided in 3 parts. First, we will have welcoming speeches from our distinguished guests. Then we will have a presentation and one entertainment part. And will be experience part when we will test the digital application.
Okay, so to officially begin today's event, we are honored to have with us a distinguished lineup of guests and project partners who will deliver the opening remarks. Before we begin, I would like to thank our project partners and express our deep gratitude to all the relevant ministries across the Western Balkans. North Macedonia Ministry, relevant ministry, Kosovo, Albania, Serbia, and Bosnia and Herzegovina. Their support and collaboration has been invaluable in bringing this project to life. So without further ado, I would welcome Minister of Culture and Tourism, Mr. Zoran Ljutkov, for a speech.
Okay, thank you. Почитувана амбасадорке на Кралството Шведска, Ваша Екселенцијо, Ами Larsson-Jain. Почитуван Paulo Rodrigues, програмски менеджер на програмата RECONOMY. Дами и господа, срдечно ве поздравувам и се заблагодарувам на поканата да бидам дел од овој важен промотивен настан на регионалната програма RECONOMY поддржана од Шведска. Денеска ја представуваме велосипедската рута Trans Dinarica, која возможува возење со велосипед 5000 километри низ 6 земји од Западен Балкан, вклучително и 605 километри низ нашата држава. Оваа рута овозможува запознавање со прекрасните пејсажи и земјите од Западен Балкан, со различните традиции, со храната и приказните од овој регион. Многу посетители, за која е достапна и детална дигитална навигација, за прв пат можат да поминат низ локалитетите, селата и националните паркови на УНЕСКО. Овој проект ја потврдува и потребата долгорочно да соработуваме, да се поврземе, да ги промовираме разновидните култури и туристички потенцијали на овој дел од Европа. Промоцијата на Западен Балкан како една туристичка понуда ќе придонесе кон поддржлив туризам и регионална соработка, ќе обезбеди економски и социјален просперитет, но и ќе ни отвори пат кон дополнителни стратешки инвестиции. Затоа Министерството за култура и туризам во овој проект препознава одлична можност за промоција на рекреативниот туризам, историските локалитети, природната убавина и разновидните искуства на местата низ кои поминува рутата, но и за зацврстување на локалната економија, создавање можности за вработување и поттикнување на културната размена. Накусо, да потсетам дека за прв пат од осамостојувањето на државата, владата во својот состав има конечно Министерство за култура и туризам, односно кон секторот култура го интегрираме и секторот туризам со кој што ќе ја подобриме и туристичката презентација и промоција на туризмот. И оваа влада во туризмот препознава важен столб за промоција на културното, природното наследство што го поседуваме, но и фактор за раст и развој на националната економија. Пред нас е многу сериозни обврски да развиваме програми кои што реално ќе придонесат за подобрување на презентацијата на културното наследство, но и за екологијата, за зголемување на туристичките капацитети со подобро мапирање, но и со подобро представување на целото богатство и историја кои што ги имаме. Ваквите настани и меѓународни проекти за нас како Министерство за култура и туризам се од голема полза за стекнување нови искуства и подобри практики за развивање различни сегменти од туризам. Секако, ние сме мала земја, но може да понуди многу, а оваа патека е вистинско збогатување на туристичката понуда. Верувам дека македонскиот туризам, како и туризмот во регионот на Западен Балкан, има светла и обединета иднина. Владата и Министерството за култура и туризам се отворени за соработка во проектите што го развиваат одржливиот туризам, со почитување на животната средина и на локалните заедници. Како министер за култура и туризам ќе направам се што е во моја и во надлежност на Министерството за потенцијалите на оваа рута и во иднина да се развиваат. Упатувам искрени честитки до сите вклучени во целокупната програма RECONOMY, финансиски поддржана од Шведската меѓународна агенција за развојна соработка, спроведена и управувана од Швајцарската меѓународна развојна организација Helvetas во земјите од Источна Европа и Западен Балкан. Пред нас се уште многу заеднички иницијативи во секторот за туризам, со кои ќе покажеме дека само обединети можеме да го направиме Западен Балкан како атрактивна туристичка и културна дестинација. Уште еднаш ви благодарам.
Thank you, Mr. Ljutkov. It's great to hear that we have commitment and your support. And as you mentioned, we are a small country. I'm also from North Macedonia, so tourism needs to be enriched all the time. So this is one step forward to it. Next, it is my privilege to invite Her Excellency Ms. Larsson-Jain, the Swedish Ambassador in North Macedonia, for her speech. The Swedish International Development Agency has been a long-lasting supporter of the development of the region of the Western Balkan, including North Macedonia, and we are grateful for all your support and your commitment to this project and to the development of the country. The floor is yours.
Dear Minister, ladies and gentlemen, distinguished guests, my name is Larsson-Jain and I'm the Swedish Ambassador to North Macedonia. It's an honor to stand before you today to celebrate the launch of the Trans Dinarica project, a groundbreaking initiative supported by Sweden through its reform cooperation with the Western Balkans as part of the RECONOMY program implemented by Helvetas. You can tell that the Swedish Embassy is particularly pleased to be here today and is very much looking forward to the biking part of the event, which hence the group T-shirts and focus on dressing for activities of that kind. I believe that this project represents a significant milestone in our collective efforts to foster sustainable rural development and enhance the tourism industry in this vibrant region, and that we're using all our different strengths in the best of ways in this multifaceted partnership involving actors from the private sector, local and national governments, civil society, and international partners. We all know that the Western Balkans is a region rich in natural beauty, cultural heritage, and diverse tourism offerings. However, despite these comparative advantages, the region has struggled to gain a competitive edge in the global tourism market. Today, we embark on a journey to transform these advantages into a formidable competitive position through a comprehensive tourism reformation process. At the heart of this intervention, supported by RECONOMY, is the creation and digitalization of the Trans Dinarica cross-border cycling route. This pioneering integrated tourism project is set to position the Western Balkans as a prominent green tourism destination, recognized and celebrated internationally, but also within the region. As I understand it, this initiative is not just about tourism. It is about empowerment and opportunity, which are two strong values which we're keen to support through Sweden's reform cooperation with this country. By focusing on young individuals and women in rural areas, we contribute to stimulating tourism activities that will generate new employment opportunities and supplementary income. We hope that this project will engage small rural household owners, incentivizing them to provide tourism services and expand their businesses by processing traditional products. By establishing this new tourism product, conditions for new employment in tourism and related sectors, particularly for the most disadvantaged and vulnerable groups within the rural areas of the Western Balkans, are being created. The additional target group includes owners of small rural households who will be encouraged to become tourism service providers and processors of the traditional products with the potential to expand their business activities. I have been informed that the integrated tourism offer of Trans Dinarica will encompass up to 2,000 households and self-employed individuals, spanning approximately 400 locations across 8 Western Balkan countries. It is projected that this initiative will create over 3,000 new jobs and open potential for new tourism providers to join the offer and generate income. Through this, it is anticipated that a direct economic impact of 15 million euros within 3 years will be achieved. Ultimately, this intervention aims to bridge existing gaps, enabling the region to fully leverage its tourism potential and drive increased tourism exports, particularly towards EU countries. By doing so, we contribute not only to the boosting of the local economy, but also to fostering a sense of pride and ownership among the communities involved. In conclusion, the Trans Dinarica project is, as you all know, more than just a tourism initiative. It is a growth engine for sustainable rural development. It is a testament to the power of collaboration and the shared vision of a brighter future for the Western Balkans. Together, we can transform this region into a beacon of green tourism, creating lasting economic and social benefits for all. And we are proud to be part of this journey. Thank you.
Thank you, Your Excellency. Her Excellency has stated that Trans Dinarica aims to develop Western Balkans as a leading green tourism destination. The focus is on sustainable rural development, empowerment of youth and women, and creation of more than 3,000 new jobs across 8 countries. It has a great economic impact as it involves 2,000 households with an anticipated direct economic impact of 15 million euros within 3 years, while fostering pride and ownership among communities. So going further with our agenda, it is my honor to invite Mr. Paulo Rodrigues, Program Manager of RECONOMY, to share his insights with us. RECONOMY has been instrumental in driving sustainable economic development across the Western Balkans, and we're excited to hear more what this project has been shaping the future for the Western Balkans. Mr. Rodrigues, the floor is yours.
Respected Minister, Mr. Ljutkov, Your Excellency, Ambassador Jain, distinguished guests here today and online, partners, friends, and cycling enthusiasts, good morning, and thank you all for joining today the launch of the Trans Dinarica Cycling Route. My name is Paulo Rodrigues. I'm the Program Manager of RECONOMY. RECONOMY, as it has been said, is a regional program of the Swedish International Development Cooperation Agency, implemented by Helvetia Swiss Intercooperation, with the collaboration and support of important partners such as HELP, who implements for economy, the initiatives on digitalization and our digitalization efforts in the Western Balkans. RECONOMY is a regional program. As I said, we're implemented in the Western Balkans and the Eastern Partnership regions. And we seek to promote economic development and the sustainable creation of inclusive green job opportunities for youth, women, including those from disadvantaged backgrounds. The topic that brings us here today is the Trans Dinarica Cycling Route. Mapping and digitalizing this route and using it as a means to promote economic development in the Western Balkans, it's only possible due to the grit and determination, the entrepreneurial spirit of our partners of the Good Place, represented here today by Jan and Matic. Jan, Matic, your work is very important for the economic development of the Western Balkans as a single economic region. Exploring the cycle route as a unique tourism product not only highlights the beauty of the Western Balkans, but it also allows tourists to explore the unique elements of the different countries. Marketing the Western Balkans as a regional tourist destination enhances the global image of this diverse and culturally rich region. The route connects tourists with the heart and soul of the Western Balkans. It spans over 6 countries, over 5,000 kilometers, and it creates a bridge between diverse cultures, between diverse nationalities and traditions. Okay. Furthermore, the Trans Dinarica route creates opportunities for small businesses, from local artisans to family-run guest houses, and invites for new investments to rural areas that have, in a way, been long overlooked. By promoting local products and services along the route, you are giving businesses a chance to connect directly with a global audience of travelers that are eager to come to the Western Balkans and contribute for the generation of economic opportunities and generation of jobs for youth, for men, and for women in these rural areas. Trans Dinarica also offers a different path when it comes to tourism, a path that emphasizes eco-friendly travel, connections with lesser-known gems of the Western Balkans, and not least importantly, sports activities. It invites travelers to slow down, potentially also speeding up when the road allows, but it allows a connection with nature that the Western Balkans has so much to offer. This initiative also sets the stage for innovative digital solutions and how they can be used to guide cyclists along the route, making it easier for them to explore safely and sustainably the back roads of the Western Balkans. The digital application that has been developed by the Good Place will not only enhance the cycling experience, but it will also serve as a tool to promote the local businesses along the route. As we celebrate the launch of this initiative today, I want to extend my gratitude to Jan and Matic in name of the Good Place. I want to extend my gratitude to all our partners, help, and all that have contributed to make the Trans Dinarica a reality. This initiative is creating a lot of excitement by its own merits, but it also sets the bar extremely high for the continuation and the sustainable exploration of this route. I believe that today marks an important milestone for the Good Place, for the regional economy of the Western Balkans, definitely for economy and for sustainable tourism in the region. Congratulations to the Good Place. Thank you all for being here today, and I look forward to seeing and testing the route with all of you. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Rodrigues. It's good, as pointed by you, to once more conclude that today we are not launching just a tourism route, but we are also promoting a platform for growth, which we hope will have a bigger economic impact. In this sense, we move to the next part of our agenda, which is the presentation of the Trans Dinarica Cycling Route and entertainment part, which is quiz, and then also some technical moments on how tourism service provider can be part of this route and experience the benefits of this platform.
In order to make this part a little bit funnier, somewhere between the presentations, be ready for a quick quiz. Just a useful tip for winning awards. The questions are related to the stunning landscape of Western Balkans. So the floor is yours, Jan and Matej.
Hello, everyone. Do we hear each other? Does it work? The microphone? Okay,
Hi.
perfect. First of all, thank you for invitation, Economy, for bringing us here. And the second, thank you, all of you here. Okay. To come here, I'm really happy that we can present Trans Dinarica and that you can, learn a little bit about not just our, but now also your route. So just a few facts about Trans Dinarica that we will know what we talk about. So it's the first cycling route that connects the Western Balkan. For sure, there were people already in the past and even now who did it before, but not Trans Dinarica. It's a brand. They've been cycling it, they've been exploring this really nice region, but we were the first one who just put all the elements of the tourism product into a package, into a website, into the application, and to do the marketing. We always said it's not just a cycling route, it's actually the adventure mixed with culture and cuisine, because we are not targeting just the hardcore cyclists. We would like that the average cyclist will come and experience and basically use bicycle just as a mobility between the points of interest, between the cultural sites, natural sites, and of course, eat something in between and experience our culinary cuisine. It's a sustainable product. We'll talk about that a little bit later on. It's a story that includes 8 countries, not just 6 that was mentioned in the presentations. It's also Slovenia and Croatia. And it's a really sexy story. That's why it was picked up by many media. And we'll talk about it also later on. And it's a very important economical engine, as it was said already before, because cyclists will bike and of course they will spend money while doing that. Just to maybe do a little bit of distinguish who we are that are presenting here. We have like a 2 legs of our company. One is the NGO. It's called Institute of Sustainable Tourism. Brand name is Good Place. And as a good place, we develop Trans Dinarica. We also develop, we are known here as a region that we develop sustainable certification system for Slovenia Tourist Board. We are helping now Bosnia to do the same. We helped Estonia. We were one of the creators of last strategy of Slovenian tourism, etc. But we also develop lots of such products like Trans Dinarica. On the other hand, we have a tourism tour operator company in Slovenia. It's called Visit Place, and the Trans cycling tours in Alta Adria region, bringing foreigners here. So a little bit in Italy, a little bit in Austria, a lot in Slovenia and Croatia, mainly US. So we are very familiar with the tourism. Before I continue, I would like to give a few words to my colleague, Alex Červar, who is not here. He was one of the partners, one of the important partners of this project. And the first time that we went racing on the field, it was in Novi Pazar 2 years ago, or a year and a half ago. We made a short video about it, so let's check it.
And our team for this particular mission, let me introduce you. We have Jan, we have Jovan. Behind the camera, we have the one and only Pribic. One and only Mateusz. And this is Alex.
So it's not just us, me and Matic. There are also some other people who helped us, important people. And Alex is one of them. He's US, he's from US, but living in this region for a lot of time. And he was an important player because he basically put Dinarica into world media. Now, a little bit about me. I'm coordinator of the project. I've been working in tourism for 27 years old. I started as a guide when I was, I think, 14 or 15. I used to be a kayaker, and a number of the business said, yeah, you know, the river, Skopje river, I'm from there, you know, you can do the rafting and the kayaking. And I said, okay, you know, a 14 years old guy, offering him money and fun. Of course, I said yes, and since then I'm in tourism, from being a guide, business owner, etc. So yeah, this is my life actually. I like to do different outdoor sports, and I'm director of Visit Good Place, the tour operator that was mentioned before. I'm not sure whether I look better or worse in picture or in life, but I'm definitely happy to be able to greet you here in person. So thanks to everyone who managed this, to pull up this event and gave us this opportunity. Jan already gave some insights about our team. Just add few fun facts or facts about myself. Those 20 years in navigating and planning spatial data actually relate to my core profession. I'm a geodesist specialized in marine cartography, where I used to be, but then I totally changed everything and I started to making my hobby my life, or my profession, so to speak. And doing this was mostly, let's say, became possible through joining the Good Place team, and by being also very passionate about mountain biking, climbing, and similar exploration of all the, it's usually said, the useless parts of the world. But those useless parts usually give us the most of the satisfaction possible. Speaking of my, let's say, official position, I'm also involved, co-owner of the Visit Good Place tour operator company, and with a Good Place, of course, with the projects we do. Later on, I will jump in with a small part of the presentation just to give you the insights related to my field of expertise. This is the cartography application and so on. So see you soon. Thank you, Matit. So now a few facts about the Trans Dinarica that we really know what we are talking about. So it's 5,500 kilometers long. When we planned the project, we thought it would be like 3,000 and something, but somehow when we were in the field and working there, it expanded to 5,000 and more. It has 95 stages, so as you can see, on every stage, it's about 55 kilometers, because we really wanted to attract not just hardcore cyclists, but really in every choice, basically, it's using the bike just a lot of mobility. And that's why we are also using many completely quiet surface roads. And just 20% of them are untapped, but even this percentage is already changing, because now at the moment, a couple of hundred people are already cycling on the Trans Dinarica route, and they're already sending us the corrections, you know. Here, this is not gravel anymore, it's already in asphalt. This region is developing so fast, especially in terms of asphalting roads, you know, that it's every half a year, every month, everything is changing. So I will expect that probably at the end of 2026, it will be almost 100% what it's now also gravel. You have to climb almost 11, 12 Everests. Maybe look over there, I can see her. She has been there. Maybe she'll know how to calculate that precisely. But basically, yeah, you have to climb all the time. As you can imagine, and Balkan is not flat. It's going up and down all the time. And when we were tracing the route, we put inside our map lots of points of interest, so businesses, natural, cultural sites, and some of them we put also in application, 2,400 of them. But more about that, Matit will later on explain. Okay, so where the route goes, if you're not familiar with it, I'll guide you through the backbone of the route, which you can see on the left. The alternatives and the connecting routes are much bigger. Everything starts in Slovenia. Actually, everything starts in Soča Valley. And to be more precise, everything starts in Tolmin. It's a small town from where Matic and I am coming from. So you can imagine this is one of the reasons why it starts there, because we are from there, the locals. The second reason is because, I don't know how many of you know, there is an Alta Adria Ciclovia or Alta Adria Radweg that starts in Salzburg and it's finishing this bay between Venice and Trieste. Really famous long-distance cycling routes. So we wanted to connect Trans Dinarica with it. So basically now you can start cycling in Austria, in Salzburg, and we can finish in Ohrid Lake. So it's another reason, the second reason. But the most important reason is because in Soča Valley, in Tolmin, the workout starts. So it starts there, it goes along the Skopje River, it enters Croatia in the town called Ilirska Bistrica in Slovenia. Then it goes about, it enters Croatia, it goes above Rijeka, Sen. Then you have to climb up to the top of Velebit. Cycling there, you descend towards the Gospic town, you pass the Lika region, and then you climb up back to the Velebit mountain where this tunnel is, Sveti Rok, that connects the internal part of Croatia with Zadar. You climb up again on a perfect gravel road, descend down towards Zadar, then we connected Spring of Cetina, Zrmanja, and the Krka River with Sin, and then you enter in Bosnia, in Ljubno. You descend towards Mostar, you climb up back to the Rasnica Mountains, it descends down towards Foča, you enter Montenegro in Durmitor, near Žabljak, you go to Štavna, you enter Albania near Gosinje, then you go through the Albanian Alps to Škodra, you go back to Valdona in Albanian Alps, back down on the border between Albania and North Macedonia, Libraš, perfect region, completely unknown, but I loved it. Really, it's true, huh? It's nice. She likes it too. So yeah, you come to Ohrid Lake, then you go to Preska Lake, Bitola, you go across Galičica Pass to Galičnik village, really nice one in North Macedonia, Tetovo, Maurovo, Tetovo, and then you go enter in Kosovo near Brezovica, and then you go through Prizren, and then Pea, you enter Montenegro again, just for a while, you enter Serbia, near Putin, Novi Pazar, you go towards the Zlatibor, then National Park Para, Bajna Bašta, where you enter already back to Bosnia, below Srebrenica, we connected back to Sarajevo and to Ljubno. So quite a long route. I try to be fast and to a little bit give you the main waypoints, but now it's your time. Matic, prepare your cell phones, you need it. We will ask you about some questions about the Trans Dinarica, just to check your geography knowledge and how well you've been listening to me and Matic now. Okay, let's give you a little bit of time, like half a minute to scan. You've been working with Mentimeter, you can just scan the QR code or go to menti.com and then enter this this number here, 88297165. I'll use my cell phone just to measure time, that I'm not going to be too long, because Brian said that we have to finish in Sabin in 55 minutes, which is quite a challenge. Yeah? 30, 31, 33? We'll start. How many countries Trans Dinarica connects? Tricky question. Ah, 36, okay. Whoa, super. 40, okay, well done. It is the right number. 6 is just the project area, I would call it. But there is also Slovenia and Croatia that you cannot miss. How many stages in total has Trans Dinarica? Yeah, very well. It's 95. How many capital cities passes backbone of Trans Dinarica? This is a little bit more tricky one. Things are getting harder. Yeah. Well done. 54 people already, 55. Oh, there must be also online people are voting. Okay, the correct answer is 1, Sarajevo. I was asking about the backbone of Trans Dinarica, not about all the alternatives, but also Canadian Podgorica and Tirana and things like that. So yeah, one, Sarajevo. Next question. How many official currencies are along Trans Dinarica route? You can imagine us coming from Slovenia, we had to change, because we were switching countries all the time, we had to change currencies all the time. So how many we had to use when we were while finishing the Trans Dinarica? Huh? Things are getting harder, huh? Not that easy anymore. $50 people are voting. Yeah, okay, I will go with the result. It's 5. Well done. 23 people with the right result. Yeah, 5. Which country has the most stages on Trans Dinarica? We haven't said that loudly yet, but maybe you can guess, or maybe you've been checking on the website before or reading some articles. Okay, the correct answer is Albania. How many downloads of Trans Dinarica app already exist? So we haven't said that yet, but now we are just guessing. So I said that things will get harder and harder. So, we have to tease you a little bit. So how many countries have been already downloaded in the last month that we launched it? Downloaded and paid, because we don't have the analytics how many are using it free of charge, because there is also free of charge navigation. Okay, the correct answer is 600. But we will talk about that a little bit later on. Which long distance cycling route is the most famous in the world? Please answer this one. Well done, you're doing great. This one is a tough one, but I can see that you know the answer. So, of course, Trans Dinarica. Okay, thank you for collaborating in this quiz. I heard that you had some fun. Now you'll have to listen to me and Matic again for a while. So when Matic will switch to the presentation, I will continue. So this will be the topics that we will cover today. I hope that it will not going to be too boring, it will be interesting. At the end, we'll have also, I hope, for questions and answers. So let's start. So a quick history of Trans Dinarica. What I would like to mention, this is my perception of the history of Trans Dinarica. Alex has the other one, Alex has the other one, but it doesn't matter. So with me, everything started in 2013 when I met Uli Stanciu, the German guy, who is the beginner of Trans-Alp tourism in the world, probably. He was an editor of a famous bike magazine, the beginner of Lago di Garda Bike Festival, Willingen Festival, so festival in Italy and Germany, and attracting lots of Germans traveling with the bikes, many mountain bikes across many mountains. I met him, we brought him to Slovenia, and we started developing Trans-Slovenia routes, and yeah, we learned lots of it, him how to do it. And then 2016, I still remember I was sitting in the office, and then a colleague of mine sent me an email and came to me, and she said to me, Jan, open the attachment. I opened it, and then I still remember I saw a map of Via Dinarica. The first time I heard that route, it's a long distance hiking route in this area. And there was 3 lines. One was blue, I think, yellow for sure, and red, I think. And I said, and I looked at it, I said, it was really cool to do a cycling route like that across the Western Balkan. And then on the same year, we were responsible for some activities as an NGO for Slovenia Tourist Board on ITB Berlin, a big tourism fair in Berlin. And then I saw on Adventure Hall the stand called Via Dinarica. I went there and they said, hi, I'm Jan, and I would like to meet some guys who are interested to develop Trans Dinarica route. So this was the first time that I was started thinking about the Trans Dinarica. And the guy, it was Sado from Croatia, tour operator owner, he said, just wait for a while, and two guys will come to you. And then really, two guys came to the Slovenian stand. One of them was Thierry Joubert, that guy living in Sarajevo for 30 years, another of tourism business there. And the other guy was Alex Chirvar, the one who I already mentioned, our partner now. And they said, we're interested. And we said, great, probably we had rakia with them or something. And then the next year, 2017, we already established the first version of Trans Dinarica. It was MTB version, mountain bike version. But soon we realized that it would be too difficult to further develop it and to maintain it because, you know, hiking trails, gravel roads, forest roads are changing too quickly in this region, and nobody maintains them, at least some part of them. So we said, okay, it doesn't work. But me and Alex still keep collaborating and pitch joint. And then we started developing Slovenia green routes for Slovenia Tourist Board, the routes that can just certify destinations. And we continued that, and then COVID came. And suddenly I had a lot of time, and Alex too, and kids too, and everyone involved. Because everything was closed, we couldn't organize the sport events that we do, the tour operator didn't work. And we were still developing this Slovenia green route for Slovenia tourism, but at the same time, we started thinking about Trans Dinarica again. But we said, okay, it will not going to be a mountain bike route, it will be a gravel route, it will be a route for average cyclist. And then, 2021, we convinced the first partner, USA Edge Project. Jasminka, where are you? Thank you very much for supporting us and trust us. We're really honored that you did that. They jumped in and said, okay, guys, we trust you, we'll do it. And 2022, we started with the project, actually. 2023, GSZ Albania jumped in to develop the Albanian part. Rezi, thank you very much for trust and everything, all the support. And we were super happy. And then RECONOMY came to finish the route and also to prepare the application, the digitalization of it. Thank you very much. Especially, I'd like to thank Emilia for the trust. And Zoran Ljutkov, my close co-workers, thank you very much for working with me. I hope it was not too hard. And this year, at the end of July, we launched it, and now people are on the route. So, okay, the system of creating the Trans Dinarica, after so many years of developing the routes, we have a special system, and everything starts with module 1, it's the dream. So I was dreaming about it, I was visualizing it. I was, you know, then I met Matthias and Alex, and they joined in, and we were doing that together. Then the partners joined in. And then the second module is that basically all the knowledge, with the help of local experts like Meto, Uta, I see Don, Alexander over there, you know, they gave us the information, the local information, many others. We created, we call it virtual route. I'm not going to talk about it much because Matthias will tell you a little bit more later on. Then module 3 is basically we put the bikes into a van, and then we go and check every meter of the route. The module 4 is we come back home, we process all the spatial data, all the photo, all the video. And then on module 5, we put it in our communication platforms like website, application, and things like that. Module 6 is when we are talking about this route with all stakeholders that will be involved. And module 7 is all about then promotion. I wanted to put this picture. It's basically, it's from Albania, this beach, incredible area. And one of my friends and colleagues when watching social media and our posts, you know, from the tracing, from the fieldwork, came to me and to us, and they said something like, "Oh, you lucky guys, you know, you're cycling all the time, you're just enjoying. This is not a job, you know, this is just a pure pleasure." And of course, we like what we do, you know, it's our passion, it's not just our work, it's our life. But there is a huge gap between their perception and the reality. The reality is that we are sitting in the van. You can ask some of the guys who've been with us, and the photo has been for 2 days. You know, we're sitting in the van for a whole day, discussing stupid things normally, and I'm playing and joking, checking all the alternatives. And then when there is a nice place, we put the bikes out, take a picture and video, put the bikes in, and continue. We have break for the lunch because we don't have anything else. And then for dinner, we have a nice lunch and a few beers. So, but we're not complaining, but this is the fact. It's not, you know, it's a photo. So I'm just gonna like to share with you some short videos how everything is on the field. We had some problems on the road with the bikes. We had to fix them, not because of too much cycling, but because we had to put the bikes in and out the van so many times. And then bikes were completely useless, you know, for fixing the bike. So every work has to be done by our photographer from Serbia, or Mateo, the photographer. So useless. Then, of course, we had some accident on the way. Luckily, nothing really happened. I will leave the really dodgy parts, but nothing seriously happened with us. Luckily, I was the one who was holding the camera, and nobody recorded me when I did something stupid. Sometimes we had to use 4x4 actually to finish the job. In this case, it was in Kef again, in Albania. It's a perfect road to go into the Kef village, which is beautiful. And then we had the idea to go on the other side out. And somehow we realized there is no way we can do it with our bikes, those gravel bikes, and our van. So we had to hire a 4x4 to do it. Yeah, we've been with the 4x4 for I think half a day to finish the job. Sometimes we had to be looking for glasses in the middle of Sarajevo. And sometimes it was raining actually, you know, because people think, oh, you've been, it was sunny all the time, you didn't have any problems.
It's not raining that hard.
Right, many times, and we were looking sunglasses.
Can you explain what this guy is doing in the water?
I'll do it again.
Sarajevo. I like to explain.
Are you ready? So this is one of our key teammates, by the way, a pair of glasses. And he hasn't retrieved them yet, so I don't know what's going to happen. He decided that the glasses are more important than anything logical or safety related. And therefore, he's right there, making life and limb for a piece of plastic with lenses. But we support him. We support the craziness of it and the craziness of him.
Do you know the approach to Sarajevo from the old Chiro Trail, not from Mota to Dubrovnik, but to approach to Sarajevo, Visegrad? Some of them said, no, now it's fixed. Everyone was fixed. Everything is really nice. So you should definitely include it. We said, okay, people are saying we should definitely test it. And for some of our team, it was quite a life experience because there used to be a railway. It used to be a railway. Now there is, in some places, almost nothing.
What would you classify as the main venue of Trans Dinarica? The long distance trail.
Living down to your fears, overcoming your fears.
But what is the most valuable social aspect of the route?
Your friends helping you across your emotional bridges.
Which friends helping you a lot? There is no one to help.
Well, if my life was my emotional baggage, that had been lifted by two friends across the bridge of my despair, and now I'm crawling like a baby monkey across wooden railroad ties that may or may not fall into the bridge to the river. Look, this is the Trans Dinarica.
Viva la Trans Dinarica.
It was also Trans Dinarica, but we didn't include it in the navigation app. We don't want to send plans here, you know. It was quite deep, like 30 meters below. So funny moments for some, not so funny for some other. Okay, now I'll leave the floor to Matic. Yeah. But I will come back, so yeah. So, previously I promised you to give you a bit of insights in the mapping project and the creation of the content of the application. At the beginning, it was exactly what it looks like, a big confusion. Those numbers are totally real. You know, we were talking today about 5,000 kilometers and so, etc. But at the beginning, the ideas, the variations, the possibilities, everything put together when going at home, making our wishes, putting them on the map, it realized in almost 30,000
100,000 kilometers. So it was really something impossible, and we needed to decide, of course. You can imagine creating such a long distance route. There was countless possibilities. This route is nice, has perfect views, but it's maybe not so quiet. The other one, it's quiet, but it has a very bad surface, etc., etc., etc. So how to make the recognition of all these possibilities along final 5,500 kilometers and decide and choose the best, it's mission impossible. And we have to, well, we like to believe, we did it in the best way possible, the best way we could, but we are totally aware of the a lot of room for the improvements, but still, it started like this, and then drawing our ideas and wishes on the map needed to be somehow prioritized, and we started to go, and decide this corridor, this should be the main road, this is better, okay. And then the process was somehow going on in 3 phases, from our theoretical idea to strong communication with local cycling experts from all the countries. We did lots of workshops, online, discussing, choosing, drawing again, until we got to, let's say, sort of a final or finalized theoretical route with some other variations possible, which we still left to check on the terrain. And from this macro scale, or so to speak, we went into the micro level, the van, took the bikes, as Jan described and showed already, and then hit and checked literally every meter of the route we marked as a theoretical one. And in this way, the theoretical route became a practical one. You can imagine with lots of changes and corrections, and then with lots of processing and, let's say, deciding and analyzing back at home in the office. Just to get a small impression what it looks like, this was the last of our terrains going from the north of from the south of the Northern Macedonia and towards Kosovo and to Serbia, going all the main routes, the connections, the possible alternative routes, etc. And along the way, of course, marking everything that was important. So many terrain points were collected representing routes of surface type, let's say accommodations around the road, the restaurants, bike services, the gradients, the views, etc. And when you zoom out, this is the situation. 10 days of terrain with over 1,000 of points. And then it's always better to have, but this is just a small slide of Trans Dinarica, as you can imagine. But all this information is crucial because it's much better to have an extensive set of data and then you can choose from instead of forgetting something. And yeah, it would be quite difficult for us to see, oh, we forgot something down in Albania, we need to jump again for a day or two. This would be quite a big impact on our budget as well, but we also didn't have the time. So after all this data was collected, we needed to process it thoroughly. And from drawing the maps, to digitalizing it, and to putting it into a sort of a system, we need to make a decision. There are lots of questions also today about the application. Very strongly stand behind the idea, it made no sense creating like a special app for Trans Dinarica. We all know how it goes. Every project, every product, it gets its own app. It's nice, it's great, it works. But after that, in IT sector, everyone who comes from the IT sector knows what it means to maintain the system, to develop it, etc., etc., etc. This is simply not our main expertise, and especially because there are so many applications which offer technical solutions. So we decided to go in this direction. We checked many of them, there's of course several which deal with that kind of spatial data and which help you with navigation. And at the end of the day, we had to decide for one. And we chose the radio GPS, simply because it offers everything that we wanted to have. Firstly, it has tools that we used to showcase the whole region on our own website. You can check it, all the material, cartographic, etc. on the transdinarica.com comes from the radio GPS application running behind. It helped us to collaborate in our team all the time when we were working, and most of all, it gives us the best option to offer the cycling experience through a very good, intuitive mobile app. As a geologist, I can say this is definitely not a serious GIS software, of course, but it's quite a strong online tool. Those who work with these applications, you know, there's so many things you can do, some trivial, some more demanding, but still, those cartographic and web presentational tools offered us or helped us to manage our work much more efficient than we hoped. Mentioning the navigational app already, one of its advantages, it's widely used. It's US based, so it's not so well known in Europe yet, but the number of users is increasing strongly. And we're getting really good and positive feedbacks. And we also had the experience with our GPS app from before. And also just as a trivia, we already got the feedback from the GPS guys saying that using the app in the way we did, it's quite unique, and we were actually one of the first to seize actually all the options and opportunities they offer, you know, because usually this is not done in such an extensive way. And most of all, we could fulfill all the phases of our product creation. Meaning creating the route, editing the route, making maps for the web presentation, having extensive route library, points of interest library, and the most important, creating the so-called digital package for sharing with the users. And this is the final product. This is something that every user downloads to its phone. We will show you this later on. You will have the opportunity to try it. Those who decided to join us on the bikes will also do it and practically test it. So just few numbers, don't bother reading them all of them are available on the website, but just why am I showing this, you know, length, elevation, and percentage of the surface type per country. We're thinking of rounding up these numbers, but at the end we decided not to do it. Why? Because we actually checked the terrain literally every meter. So if there is a 14% of, it's 14%, it's up to a few tenths of meters accurate, I know, and it's changing all the time, but still to some that would mean like an exaggeration, but to us it means like we can show that we really did our job thoroughly. And besides the tracks, besides the lines and all the data behind, there are hundreds, to be precise, 2,440 up to now, points of interest representing also a lot of businesses along the route, like accommodations, bike services, camping, of course, restaurants, different shops, convenience stores, bars, coffee shops, etc. Everything that a biker or a traveler needs or would like to know in advance, especially when going somewhere remotely where not so much of the information is available. We collected this info in advance, lots of it, different sources like maps, online maps, and etc. But at the end of the day, being there in the terrain, there were lots of movements existing in Google Map, for example, for sure, and vice versa. On Google Map, we could find something that was not existing in reality, but still, we like to say that we actually made the route better in a way of these big sets of data. Maybe worth mentioning, not just tracing the Trans Dinarica route, but when seeing the accuracy of the existing digital maps like OpenStreetMap and all the other vector maps which are based on the OpenStreetMap layers or the other open source sources, we saw, of course, lots of errors, cartographical errors, especially in the remote areas. And we took our time and we actually corrected these layers according to our terrain researches. So along those 5,000 kilometers, we also like to say we made the open source cartographical data a little bit better along the corridor, but still it can be available for any others. It was not part of the project, part of the initial idea. It was more like a stubborn photographer who wants to do everything into the details. So the result of it was something like this. Now I will just go to the computer and briefly show you the content of the application, but don't worry. Later on, you will have the opportunity to download it and to test it by yourselves. If not today, maybe later on, we prepared a test version for you and it will be available for at least 2 weeks and you can try it and cycle and do it at home as well. Okay. So I won't go into any detail because this is not such a big importance, but you can see what you can do here. This is like the back end of our application, the tool for managing the content. It allows you to have a very good, let's say, organizing of all the routes going through the region. It also helps you to organize all the routes in the area of the library or all the points of interest in the library. To make special collections, we of course created them because this is at the end the package that each user can download. It looks something like this, and then each route is sent it with text, with itinerary, with photographs, with those points of interest along the route, with the percentage or the surface type, with different kind of warning signs of all the businesses we mentioned before, etc. But what is the most important, the core, everything that is, let's say, available later on for the users is the experience which everyone can download to buying the navigational package. And this experience is actually a sort of a digital guide. It consists of some general representation of the route, etc. But of course, the tracks for each country, you can see here the routes which are Macedonia, and then the digital guides with the itinerary, with all the descriptions, with all the, let's say, the tracks again showing up for each day with some useful information about the country cycling through, all the logistics necessary, with sustainability tips, etc. So this is something what we see when we create the content, but this is something that everyone, when has downloaded to its phone, has available, and then can check and say, okay, this is the connector route. I want to go from to Skopje. Let me see. You can just simply click on it and navigate. This is what we're going to do later on, an online weather, etc. So it's quite a lot of information available for everyone going on the route. Just a very short movie.
Download the GPS app. It's free and available for both Android and iOS. Scan the QR. This will take you to a personalized navigation package. Provide with GPS. Use the registration ID from the confirmation email. It will take a few minutes. It's completely to plan. Explore stage. Distance navigation. Use the offline mode so you never get lost. Stage by stage, detailed descriptions. Switch between types, dive into country-specific information, and access our expert sustainability guide. And then
this is something we will do later on. Don't worry, after at the end of the presentation, when Jan finishes, we'll put this slide on and you'll be able to easily download, and then to have, if you have any questions, we can help you with. And you will see also all the tracks and all the points and all the providers here in the area where they're going to cycle. Yeah, maybe I can seize the opportunity here in regards to our cycling event, upcoming cycling event. We would just like to thank Goran and the Railway Company for offering the bikes for today's event. It's quite important that that kind of this is part of let's say this product, and we are looking forward to welcome him as a part of our database and providers as well in the future, as soon as we make the first update of the product. And now I will give my word back to Jan to give you some last information about Trans Dinarica.
Okay. Thanks, Nikits. Dana just said that we have 10 more minutes. I will shorten my presentation a little bit. So why Trans Dinarica? People are asking me, oh, why going to Trans Dinarica? How we can persuade a foreigner to come here? First of all, it's the last adventure in Europe. It's not probably our perception of it that this region is the last adventure in Europe, but it's the perception of a typical cyclist coming from the West. When I was in many fairs, tourism fairs, promoting our company, a lot of businesses came to me and said, Jan, what about something in the Balkan? We would like to have something there, like ultimate mountain bike route or something. And yeah, we just motorized that for promotion of Trans Dinarica. Because cycling is really hot, what motivates, there is an ATTA association based in America who does really great research about the adventure tourism. There are few facts. The reason why motivation why doing adventure travel, 50% to recharge the batteries. What can you do better than cycling along Trans Dinarica? 19% of motivation is see something new. Again, this year is definitely something new for the average cyclist from the Western Europe. Then 2 out of 10 activities are cycling, hot adventure activities trending. And even if you check the other one, like culinary, culture, photography, it's perfect again for Trans Dinarica. And I've seen a clip from one politician from Montenegro. Lately, quite a few people sent it to me, saying something like, we don't have Russians this year, we don't have any Ukrainians this year. We have just the people from Western countries who are coming cycling and hiking. And we have to, help them and rescue them all the time, spending money for that. And all they're doing with themselves is sandwich in the water. It's the old perception. As we all know here, we have to convince our politicians, decision makers, it's not the case. This is how much, on average, customer spends on a trip within the ATTA association, the biggest one in the world, 2,813 euros in 8 days. Probably it's not the case in the Balkan, but what's also important, but it's a lot. 75% of it stays within the local community, which is the most sustainable thing. The diversity, I'm sure that you cannot find that much diversity in Europe within this region. Not just diversity in terms in such a small area, and not just diversity in terms of the landscape, also diversity in culture, in religion, in languages, in habits, in culinary. You start in the Alps, then you move around, so many wine regions, flat parts, easy parts. Definitely. The unique thing, the great culinary. I'm not going to explain much because we all know that it's really nice being here. But I'd like to say something because we're here now in North Macedonia. My favorite kitchen is Macedonian kitchen. Yeah, and as I mentioned, we had bureks every day. So different bureks, but same at the same time everywhere, from Slovenia to Albania. Epic views, you have so many of them, you climb up and there you're lonely, you're enjoying the view, and sand down, great memories. For me, the most important, great people, still genuine hospitality. This lady here from Galichnik village, she basically taught me how to do sarma on her own way. Or when we've been in Charsha in Sarajevo, a woman teach us how to do chef, I think it's called, how to drink properly Bosnian coffee. And all others that we've met, great experience, not even one bad one in the whole trip. Sustainability, we've said also lots of things about it, but it's the most important thing. Trans Dinarica connects villages with no tourism. Of course, we connected Trans Dinarica with the logistical hubs because people have to fly in and fly out, because not all of them will do the whole Trans Dinarica, but it's important that with business, bring business to the villages where there is no tourism or limited tourism. So Trans Dinarica is the economical engine of the region. As my friend Peter from Skopje Valley says, my father, grandfather, he had cows, sheep, and goats for surviving. Now I have bikes. I bring people biking, and the same thing, utilizing what's existing, completely sustainable, and offering something to the market. We are educating cyclists how to do this Trans Dinarica sustainable, as already Matic showed before, with these sustainable tips. The official tour operators have to sign a green pledge, one of the 10 things that they have to sign in, that they'll get international sustainable certification for tour operators. And cycling is an ultimate sustainable mobility. It's faster than hiking, so you can see more, but at the same time, we cannot carry much with ourselves. That's why I always say that we are slowly and hungry. We cannot carry much, we have to buy. So we are a good customers, definitely. Our media, We have our own media. We started creating them. One is the website in 1 year, and now just the numbers is rising really quickly. More than 110 unique visitors. If we started with 5 visitors a day, now we have 800 visitors per day, coming mainly from US, Germany, United Kingdom, Italy, Slovenia, Australia, Belgium, Austria, Canada, and so just from the markets that we want to bring people. Those are the cycling markets. And they spend a lot of money while doing that. Then the second one, which is important, is the social media, which we started, again, same markets. The average follower on our social media is 38, 39. So great market, great target group, because they already have money, they already have good jobs, and they're willing to spend. In 1 year, we reached about 1 million people organically with the Facebook, and the new one that it's coming is the YouTube. In a month's time, we have now 90,000 views, and it's now quickly rising those numbers. And in this email marketing, we have now 6,364 subscribers. We are communicating with them with regular emails and sequence emails, and it's very important. Again, the same target group that we are targeting: US, Germany, United Kingdom, etc. The new is the online shop that we have. This is very important. So at the moment, we can track just the people who are using navigation. We don't know at the moment how many people are using free of charge navigation with the right with GPS, because GPS still have to do some coding to give us this access. But already now we have over 600 downloads, mainly coming from, it's a Spanish, Germany, United Kingdom, Belgium, Austria, Switzerland, Slovenia, etc. And Natalia, are you here? On the project? 30% are women. We also have been in many other medias. We've got quite a few awards already in the first year. Best in Travel from Lonely Planet, CNN, Guardian, Daily Mail, Outside, Time Out, and many others. And now we are bidding for a few more. We've been in more than 140 international media outlets, and now we have over 800 backlinks already leading to our website, which is super important for us. For me, the most famous one is the best one is the late one from New York Times or Spiegel or Lonely Planet. Actually, all of them are important. They're each targeting their own kinds of followers. So yeah, really happy with that. Economical impact. We have 3 more minutes. 5 more, huh? Done. Okay, so we can calculate the economical impact just with what we can measure. This is just the ones who are buying the navigation pack at the moment. So 600 downloads. If we calculate this into the economical impact, 600 people, on average, they spend 8 days, 100 days per 100 euros per day. 3 people in a group. This we can get from social media posts that are tagging us now. It means already now we created 1.8 million directly. And the multiplication factor in the tourism with the indirect economical impact is 2.5. So it means already now we created 4.5 million in 1 month. And we estimate that in long term, 5 to 20% of the guests will decide to use local tour operators to do it. If we translate this, just the ones who we know, and just in a month that we open into new jobs, here are the numbers. Direct jobs, 225, multiplication factor in tourism is 1.6, I think, yeah. It means altogether 360 jobs in 1 month, just with what we can measure. And here, so it's estimation, of course, a little bit less than 200 jobs for women and 115 for youth. What's next? I think it's super important for that. We've done it, it's here, it's yours, not ours, just ours. Please use it, have your own selfish reason why you are doing it, why you would like to promote it. But now we need a budget for marketing. We spent everything what we had. And the most crucial one is social media marketing, content marketing, email marketing, bringing influencers here to follow us, and then study tours and everything else. Here is just the statistics, what tour operators within ATTA are using, how they're using their budget, how people come to them. 10 things, as you can see. Then, secondly, not as important, but important as well, educating stakeholders to create a GPS challenge to stimulate the ones who already did a part of it, to finish it, booking platform, and then further development of the route. How you can join? They said that we have to say that as well. If you're a donor, if you're a project, if you are, I don't know, National Tourism Board, please contact me. We take all the help we can get from anyone for the further promotion and further development. If you're a tour operator and if you would like to become an official tour operator, please contact me again. If you're accommodation restaurant and you would like to be on the app, contact Matisse. If you're a media, contact our partner Alex. And if you're none of that and you just like the project and you would like to say something or negative, you're welcome. I'm here. We are all yours, me and Matisse, all day. It's a time for questions and answers. I know that we don't have much time, but one more minute. Dana, I would just like to conclude with one thought that we had a discussion yesterday with Emilia on dinner. My sister, she's a director of Foundation Walk of Peace. It's the foundation that's responsible for the heritage from the First World War between Slovenia and Italy. And together with us, we created a route, hiking route that connects Italy and Slovenia. And she said one statement once, this is the route that connects something that used to divide. Now this route connects. What brought lots of horror, now bring lots of things, the economical impact. And I see completely the same Trans Dinarica. Trans Dinarica connects the country that used to be divided. This will be together and then divided, and it brings together. And the people who will bike, they don't care about politics, about the border. They just want to enjoy and experience the land. And I think also this will help us to do that. So thank you very much for listening. And if you have any questions and answers, here we are.
Thank you. Yeah, and teacher, we have a few minutes for a few questions that are online. Please write them in chat. For the ones that are here, please raise your hand and we will provide microphones. Okay, then maybe I can break the ice, but okay. Yes, of course.
Thank you very much. Thanks for the presentation. Very, very interesting. I'm Julia with a help organization, but this is a private and very pragmatic question. If I've never done long distance cycling before and I want to try it, don't know anything much about bikes, where do I start? Because this route obviously is way too long to do it within like one go. How do I start?
Maybe I'll start and maybe Matit will add on. I'll say if you don't have any experience and you would just like to do it, you contact one of the official tour operators on our website and we'll be happy to help you to organize everything. And if you have some little bit of experience, if you download the application that we provided and you do pieces of it, I'm so sure that you cannot get lost. It's so easy that, yeah, bulletproof.
Well, also the route was created a way to be really close to an, let's say, average demanding cyclist. So literally, the beginner can do it as well. There are stages which are more challenging and demanding, but maybe you don't go for those for the first day, going to the Albanian mountains for now. But there are other sections which are totally suitable for like a starter level. Welcome.
Okay.
Hello. Loud. I would like to ask what type of bike would we need for this route? Should it be suspension, no suspension, or just basic bike? And
Thank you for the question. We aimed mostly for, let's say, we found the most suitable bike, a gravel bike. Not any road, but a geometry with tires suitable for the rough terrain. And most of the tour, that's 99% of the route can be done by that kind of the bike. Suspension not needed, or it can be a disadvantage when maybe doing the bike packing with all the loads and so on. There are sections where one would enjoy it better with having some soft things helping around, but yeah, generally gravel bike, hard, it's perfectly enough.
So a question from my side. Which would be the first place that you would recommend if you can't recommend Slovenia? Let's say focus on North Macedonia for someone of, say, medium fitness and with two reluctant teenagers. Where would you say we should go?
So North Macedonia? Good question.
You're asking for inside, in North Macedonia, which section one would decide? Yeah,
Definitely here in Skopje, huh? It's a dedicated cycling route, the last part.
part we're going to do later on, yeah, this is the start of the connecting route from Skopje towards Teto. So, also in general, there are actually one part of this route is still in heart, except alternative routes going towards Grečnik. And maybe in the near future, we are going to add, hopefully, an alternative route over the top of Shapka that would be definitely more demanding, but the other parts are quite, let's say, like medium level difficulty.
I have to say something, I have to add on, because it's important thing. People are thinking that what we created is a route that they have to, you know, stick to it all the time. It's actually Trans Dinarica, the most important thing, it's an idea. So we put now idea in the cycling world that they should come in the Balkan to do the cycling. So now they have this idea, and now it's up to operators from this region to expand our route and adjust it to different clients that they would like to attract. So it's just an attraction that people will do it, of course. But if you are a family, what I would do, I would contact one of the tour operators from North Macedonia, for instance, Meto, and I would ask Meto, I have children, I would like to do part of the Trans Dinarica, but adjust it to for the families, for the kids, and I'm sure that he can organize it. I think that's the whole idea. When we've been tracing the last field work, I will never forget, I was really surprised, you know. We were climbing towards from Kosovo towards Montenegro, and then we saw two guys, you know, paddling with a fully equipped, and we stopped them. We said, "What are you doing?" You know, and they looked at us and they said, "Are you Trans Dinarica guys?" And we said, "Yeah, how do you know us?" You know, "Yeah, we've been following you, and we've been so much attracted to the idea, and we won't have the holidays later on after the launch, so we've been checking where the route goes." And we created our own version of Trans Dinarica, and we are here, and this is the whole idea. It's also the Trans Dinarica, it's also the marketing engine of this Europe for the outdoor, for the cycling itself.
Okay, any more questions? Okay, then thank you once more. We can conclude with the second part. Now we will move to the third part. You can smell the food behind. Together with the food, we will start preparing for the testing of the route. The testing of the route will be with provided bikes outside, and also who has taken his own bike with his own bike. The bikes are provided by Waze, which is a company that provides e-bikes rental services along the Trans Dinarica Cycling Routes, and also by Shar Outdoors, which is the official Trans Dinarica partner from North Macedonia. The helmets are also outside, so who wants to try and to test the route, it will be from here through the riverside to the center of the city and back. That would be all from our side. Thank you for joining us, also for the people listening online, and I hope we will meet again in some of the pets around the Balkans.
Okay, for those who have signed up for cycling, the bikes are right in front. You can taste our food first and then hop on to a bicycle and start this route. Thank you very much.